Hey everybody, it's Jackson from ActionJacksonFitness.com. Let me ask you a question. Is there an area of your life, your health and fitness maybe, where you feel like you just don't have mastery over the area? It's like you're frustrated with it. You don't feel like a boss. You feel like kind of like a second-class citizen, like somebody who's just struggling. You're frustrated, you're fed up, and you can't get control of this area of your life. Okay? Again, maybe your health and fitness. So if there's an area of your life like that, you're going to love this video. I'm going to share a story with you about one of my clients, and I'm going to share with you exactly how I helped him take control of that area, be the boss, and completely dominate his health and fitness, and eventually lose 30 pounds. Pretty amazing, right? So my client Larry, okay, this is back when I was doing personal training one-on-one. He was new, he just started working with me, and he was lacking confidence. He wasn't his best self yet, okay? He hadn't lost any weight. He was just getting started. He was new to this whole gym and workout thing, okay? So he's just getting started. He's new to this, and we go through the first workout that he's going to be doing on his own, okay? So we go through, we walk through. I coach him up on the exercises. I show him where all the equipment is. I take care of everything. I walk him through literally everything, okay? No questions. So I'm like, all right, you're going to work out and you're going to do the same workout on your own this weekend. Can you handle that? Yes, I can handle that. Absolutely. Great. Wonderful. My job as a trainer is not just to tell him what to do when he's there, it's to actually teach him, to educate him so eventually he can move on and do this on his own. I don't want him to be working with me forever. So he goes, does the workout on his own that weekend. I see him the next week. I say, how'd the workout go? He says, well, I couldn't find the mini band, so I couldn't do these lateral walks, and I couldn't use the assisted chin-up machine because there was somebody on it. I said, okay, so you're telling me that 2 of the exercises out of the entire workout you just completely skipped and didn't do because you couldn't find the mini bands because somebody was on one of the machines? And he says, yes, that's correct. Not good, right? Okay. I said, you need to take control, man. So here's a few of the tips I told him that he needed to do in order to take control of his fitness, take control of his life, and eventually we got him to the point where, like I said, he lost 30 pounds. So he's doing great now, and he's really completely changed everything, but he had to implement a few of these tips. First tip, take ownership, okay? Take ownership. Had he taken ownership of his role in the journey, he would have been successful. But what he did was he sort of pawned off ownership to me, right? If I'm not there with him, what is he going to do? And he didn't take ownership. Think of this like being the captain of your ship, okay? Your health and fitness journey, this ship that you're on, you are the captain. Now, you want to be the captain because you want to be the one that's responsible for the decisions. Now, you can ask me for advice. You can hire people that help with maps and coordination and navigation. You can have all kinds of assistants and aides and everybody, right? But ultimately, the captain is the one that's responsible for the success or failure of the journey. That needs to be you when it comes to, obviously, any area of your life, but especially your health and fitness. You need to be the one that's responsible. You could hire a trainer. You could hire a coach. But when it comes down to it, you're the one that has to eat healthy. You're the one that has to make the good decisions. You're the one that has to bust your ass in the gym and put in the intensity. Okay? You can't be a passive passenger on this journey. You must take full ownership. Okay? If you're a passive passenger, you're going to wind up like Leonardo DiCaprio on the Titanic, or you're going to wind up like Mark Wahlberg on the Adrian Gale in Perfect Storm. Right? What happened to them? Wasn't good. Right? Wasn't good. But had they been the captain, who knows? Maybe something different would have happened. We'll never know, okay? But for taking ownership, great book. Best book I've ever read on this is a book by Jocko Willink called Extreme Ownership. It's a fantastic book. I highly recommend it to all my clients, and I recommend it to you. Okay, next step. So we have taking ownership. That's the first thing you need to do. And again, had he taken ownership, if his part in the journey, he would have been able to actually do something. He would have asked for help. He would have figured out a way. He would have been more resourceful. Okay? That's the point of taking ownership. The next part is recognize your reality. Okay? Recognize your reality. So what this means is that you need to anticipate and think ahead about where you're currently at with your health and fitness. Okay? So for him, my client Larry, this is what he didn't do well and what I didn't do well as a coach. He didn't think ahead and think like, okay, well, if I'm in the gym by myself and I can't find the mini bands because they're not in the exact place that Jackson showed them, and if somebody's on a machine, am I going to freeze up? Am I going to get emotional? Am I going to then get paralyzed and not do anything and just lock down and not ask for help? Like, he did a poor job of recognizing the reality of his situation, of his discomfort in the gym. I did a poor job as a coach of not understanding how uncomfortable he was in the gym. So trust me, I had part in this too. But he did a poor job at not understanding how uncomfortable he was in the gym and what he was going to do when faced with those challenges. So for you, for example, maybe it's with your diet, right? Maybe it's something where if you're faced with the reality of eating cake at work in the office because it's somebody's birthday, you just can't handle that challenge, right? And that's something you need to face and you need to think about ahead of time. Now, this is called mental models. I got this from a book by Charles Duhigg called Smarter, Faster, Better, I believe it is. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So it's called mental models. So what it is that you're going to anticipate challenges that you're going to face. So in this situation, my client should have anticipated the challenges he was going to face in the gym. If somebody was on a machine, what is he going to do? If he can't find a piece of equipment, what's he going to do? So you anticipate those challenges, and then you visualize and think about how you're going to overcome those obstacles. For example, research has shown time and time again that people who actually visualize and think about the challenges they're going to face on a diet, whether it's going to work and being exposed to birthday cake, or going over to a friend's house and being exposed to, again, alcohol, who knows, whatever, or going out to a restaurant and making healthy decisions. If you anticipate those and think ahead, research has shown that you're more likely to stick to your diet. Brilliant, huh? Right? Brilliant. So you need to recognize your reality, where you're currently at with your situation. Like, what struggles are you dealing with? What obstacles are you going to face? And then if you can anticipate those and think ahead a little bit, well, then you can visualize how you're going to overcome those when you're faced with those challenges. Pretty simple, right? So I call it visualizing for the win. Charles Duhigg calls it mental models. You can call it whatever you want. Just think ahead about those things you're going to face, those roadblocks, those bumps in the road, and then think, how am I going to face this challenge? And then once you do that, all you need to do is just really replay the video that you already did in your head, right? So if you are going to go to a restaurant, this is what I recommend. You're going to a restaurant and you're going to be with friends, and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to go to a restaurant. Everyone's going to be ordering all this crazy stuff. I want to order chicken breast and broccoli, and I don't want everyone to make fun of me, and I'm going to feel pressure, and then I'm probably just going to order, a hamburger. So what you do is you think about that ahead of time. You think, okay, I'm going to sit down there. I'm probably going to get some guff from my friends. They're probably going to say some shit to me. I'm going to understand that. I'm going to recognize that situation. I'm going to order the chicken breast. I'm going to order the broccoli. You see yourself doing it. You see your friends teasing you. You see yourself going back at them and saying, hey man, I'm just trying to get my health and fitness thing going. Like, you don't have to rip on me for that. I'm just trying to be healthy. Whatever it is, right? And then once you visualize that and you sit down and now you're in the situation, you're much more likely to handle it in a much better way as opposed to getting emotional, freezing up, and then not doing anything or making a bad decision, okay? So that's the second thing. Recognize your reality and visualize for the win. All right, the third thing you're going to do is you're going to ask for help. Now, if you do the first two things, if you take ownership of your situation and you do the recognizing your reality and visualizing for the win, then asking for help should be easy, because you should know then once you do face some challenges, there are going to be some things that you're not going to be able to do alone. You will be able to then think about and visualize yourself asking for help. Now, asking for help is not a bad thing, okay? You should be confident enough in yourself to realize that asking for help is actually a sign of strength, all right? It recognizes your shortcomings, where you're currently at, and it is a sign of confidence that you're actually confident enough in yourself and self-aware enough to go ahead and seek assistance for things that you need help with. Everybody needs help, right? Tom Brady has Bill Belichick. Michael Jordan had Phil Jackson. Steph Curry has Kevin Durant and Steve Kerr. So everybody needs assistance. In the case of Steph Curry, he needs a lot more assistance than most other people, right? He has to get a superstar like Kevin Durant, and he has to have Klay Thompson and Steve Kerr and all kinds of other stuff. But hey, whatever. We all need some assistance, I guess. But You need to be confident enough in yourself to ask for help, okay? It's not a sign of weakness asking for help. It's a sign of strength, okay? I need help with lots of other things in my life. Everybody needs help. So ask for help. That's going to be a way to actually, again, help you overcome those obstacles in the road that you face down the way. So had my client, Larry, in this case, had he asked somebody for help, somebody who was at the gym, maybe, hey, where did you get that miniband from? Or had he asked the staff at the gym, hey, where are the minibands at? Because they aren't in the location that Jackson showed me. What can I do about this? Or in the case of the chin-up machine, which he didn't get to use, hey, man, how many more sets do you have? I was wondering if I could work in. Had he done any of those things, asked for any assistance at all, he would have accomplished his goal. He would have gotten all the exercises done. He would have been the boss of his fitness, and he would have overcame any of the challenges and actually been successful with the workout. But he didn't. He didn't ask for help, and he got locked up. He got paralyzed. He stood there. He didn't know what to do, so then he just moved on. All right, that's not what we want you to do. So ask for help. Okay, if you're in a restaurant, you don't know what's healthy there, you don't know what to order, you don't know what to eat, ask for help. Ask for one of your friends. Ask maybe the server. Ask for help. If you're in the gym, you're not sure how to use a piece of equipment. Like, oh my God, I don't know how to use this thing. What am I supposed to do? Ask somebody. Ask somebody. Maybe a trainer that's in the gym. I don't know. Ask. You'll figure it out. All right? Next, the next thing and the last thing you're going to do is you're going to transfer of mindset. So transfer the mindset. What I mean by this is this. You all have, I'm sure, an area of your life where you're highly competent. For example, my client Larry. This guy is a manager of a bunch of tech developers. So he works at a very prominent company in Silicon Valley, and he manages about 30 developers. So this guy's a boss, right? He's a boss at work. Literally, he's a boss. So he's very highly competent in this area, and he leads and manages people. So my guess is that there's an area of your life, maybe not your health and fitness, but somewhere else. Maybe it's your finances, maybe it's investing, maybe it's coding, maybe it's real estate. I don't know. But I'm sure there's an area of life where you're highly competent, where you're awesome at something, better than 90% of people. Whether it's a natural ability that you just have, or if it's something that you worked really hard on and now you're just awesome at it, okay? But either way, there's probably an area that you're awesome at. So what I want you to do is I want you to transfer that mindset, that confidence, that ease, that grace that you have in that area to something else that you struggle with. Now, you might be saying, well, how could I possibly do that? Yes, I'm an awesome broker. I'm an awesome real estate agent. But how am I supposed to transfer that to my health and fitness? Well, my guess is this, okay? And I'm going to give an example of myself. So myself, I'm awesome at managing macros, right? I have that down. Most people find that incredibly challenging and difficult. I find it incredibly easy. Why? I have a high attention for detail, so I'm detail oriented, and I've spent a ton of time on it, practicing and, just nailing away at it or hammering away at it until I got good at it, okay? So that's two reasons. So an area of my life I struggle with is managing a budget, okay? My income fluctuates wildly because I could have a great month of sales, I could have a bad month of sales, so I can make a hell of a lot of money in a month, and sometimes I can make barely any money in a month, okay? Because of my job, my income fluctuates. So managing a budget is hard, but also super necessary for me. But I struggle with it, okay? But if I use a transfer of mindset here, and I can take the successful mindset I have with macros and now apply it to a budget, you say, how does that work? Well, here's the thing, okay? Managing a budget is a detail-oriented task. Absolutely. And it's also something you need consistency with. So you need to keep doing it. You need to hammer on it. You need to do it regularly in order to be successful at it. Okay, macros, very detail-oriented. Well, I have that down. I'm a detail-oriented guy. Great. Well, it's something you need to be consistent at. You need to do it all the time, and you need to practice. Okay, so do I have the skills to manage a budget? Absolutely. Boom, instant confidence. Okay, so I now just literally talk myself into, yes, you have the skills in order to do this. You do have the necessary foundation. It's just a matter of you haven't mastered it yet because you haven't put in the time and you haven't done it consistently enough. But if you do so, then you'll master it. So for you, for your health and fitness, okay, I want you to look at an area of your life that you're really successful, that you're a badass boss at, and then I want you to apply that same mindset to your health and fitness. So whether it's you're great at details, and that could be possible too, you're a detail-oriented guy, maybe I don't know, maybe you're just a self-starter, a go-getter. I don't know what it is, but you're really good at one area. Take that and apply it to your health and fitness in some way and see how you can do that and then actually be successful with your health and fitness now, because it's like you want to give yourself that confidence boost, that self-assurance that you can handle this, okay? Now, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, if there's like, oh man, what I'm good at, it just doesn't apply, I can't make the leap, there's no connection, I can't, for whatever reason, well then I want you to transfer the mindset of a coach or possibly me. Have you ever seen those WWJD bracelets? Yeah, that stands for what would Jackson do? So I want you to think about me, and I want you to think about what I would do in a situation that you're in. So if you're at a restaurant and you're not sure what to order, think, what would Jackson order? If you're at the gym and you're working out and somebody's on a machine and you need to use it and you don't know what to do, think, what would Jackson do? Bam, instant confidence. So channel my mindset into your results. So that way, if you don't feel comfortable, again, taking your own mindset and transferring it over to an area that you're struggling with, like your health and fitness, then take my mindset and transfer it over, okay? And now you can channel me. Now I do this in certain ways. So for example, when it comes to productivity, if I'm struggling with my productivity, to-do lists, managing tasks, whatever, I think to myself, what would Tim Ferriss do? And then bam, I execute on that. What would he do? He'd probably sit down, he would get organized, he would do an 80-20 analysis, he'd see what areas he's struggling with, he would see what the force multipliers are, and then he would execute. And that's what I do. So, again, last thing, transfer of mindset. Take an area of your life that you're really successful and transfer that over. Or take somebody who is really successful in that area and then transfer their mindset and think about what they would do in the situation, and then execute. Boom! That's your tips for being successful. So if you want to be the boss of your fitness, if you want to master your body, like my client Larry did, who lost 30 pounds eventually, just took him some time to master his body though. Take ownership, okay? Recognize your reality and visualize for the win, ask for help, and transfer a successful mindset. Those are your 4 tips. Hope you enjoyed this video. I am Jackson from ActionJacksonFitness.com. Thanks for watching.